All right. So previously in the previous video, we were creating a shopping cart, which we are still doing, and I never had a direction to take the video then with the project. If you have not looked at the video, you can find it in the description below because we're going to continue from where we stopped. But by now, I know that this pet project will be complete. I only have 2 hours with this project. I've already done 1 hour. Sorry about this. I'm from taking soda. So in the next hour, what I'm going to do is to be able to enable the object to be able to remove items from the cart and maybe check the balance from the cart and then try to see the whole simulation, see um, um, if we can do shopping. I also have some kind of conditions in terms of the number of items we have in stock and what people are shopping. Also, it should dynamically remove items from stock, and I hope that can be complete. But if it is not, at least we would have had a good time creating a shopping cart or simulating a shopping cart in Python. So I'll continue using my VS Code. Sorry. Close this. So as per before, we have our items here, and the items are headset, mouse, charger, and so forth. Then we imported the items in our cat.py. We have our pandas, and then this is the class that we've been creating, the cat class. This is the constructor, and then this is a helper function. So some people put an underscore before the helper function in the class. Let me just follow the culture. Yeah, and so far we have this add to cart function that displays what we have, and then this happens. So next, what we're going to do is to remove from cart. So I'm going to create a function. This is, yeah. So I'm going to define remove from cart. It's a function that takes self and nothing. Then we're going to display the cart. So I'm going to say I don't like this. Here is your cart, but what if the cart is empty? So let's try if self dot cart items, if that length of them, since it is a list, I'll just confirm briefly if it is a list. Yeah, it is a list. So if this length equals to 0, we print you don't have items in cart, then we return none. We don't need to do anything else. But if there is something in the cart, so we're going to print that. Here is your cart, and we're going to print also a data frame. So I'm going to print pd data frame. Then I don't like this. What? Self dot cart items. Here's your cart. Then we are going to print again. No, we're going to import. ID should be an input, and the input should be select ID of the item you want to remove. And the person will select that, and the ID is an integer. Then when they select that, we are going to say self.cutItems should be equal to the list item for item in that if item dot id or item id is not equal to id. So we want to keep all the other items provided none of those items are equal to the id. I want to break this from somewhere, from here. Yeah. So after that we return none. We can decide to write return none, or we can decide not to write it at all. It will still return none. What if someone wants to remove several items? That means we need to look through this. We need to look through this. So while true. Remember what we talked about the while loop in the previous video. You should try as much as possible not to use it. This is a pet project, so you can just have fun with it. While true, then we ask him we need to ask the user done, then input have you completed removing? No, do you want to continue removing from cart? Do you want to continue removing from cart? Then this is a yes or no. So if done equals to a yes, then we are going to continue. Else we are going to return just break. Okay, so we have a function here that can remove from cart items. So we can add to cart, we can remove from cart, and now we need to have a function for checking out. But before we get the function from checking out, let us try out this function for remove from cart. So it is here. I'm going to have python cart.py. I'm just going to add here this bit. After adding from cart, we should try to remove from cart. I also want to print items after adding to cart, then after removing from cart. So cart.py. Okay. So I want to buy headsets. One. How many do you want? I just want one headset. Do you want to check out? No. Then I want to buy a charger. 3. How many do you want? I want 2 chargers. Do you want to check out? No. Then I want to buy a webcam. 6. Do you want to, how many do you want? I want 1. Yes. Check out. Yes. So after I checked out, so I have this item ID1, I have ID3, and then I have ID6, and this is the quantity, this is the quantity, this is the quantity. Then here is my cart. It is here. Just converting this list to a pandas data frame. So what we want to do now is to start removing. Select the ID of an item you want to remove. I want to remove the charger. I want to remove the charger. 3. Enter. Do you want to continue removing? Yes, I want to continue removing. And you can see now from here we have removed 3, so we have only the webcam and this. So I can quit. How do I quit? I can just press something that is not there, and then I say no, and I'm out. So these are now the 2 items that are in the cart. Okay, so there are things that I have realized now. One, how to quit if you don't want to continue removing. I could yes, no, /q, quit. So I should be able to add here this is /n/q. Yes, no, q, quit. Also here, do you want to continue? Yes, no, no, not here. This is yes and no. Okay, but here we can also q. So q will be for quit. Type q to quit. Just put here, type q to quit. Yep. So this will help. So if no, this will not help. This will, because this will be an integer. I need to see. Okay, select an ID to remove. You want to remove, then I'm going to print something here just to inform. To quit, type a value, of ID that is not in your cart. So somebody can do what I did the other time. Okay. Yep, so they can be able to quit easily from there in case they don't want to remove anything. Maybe they were just trying out the function. Yeah, so we can remove stuff from cart. What else did we want to do? So now we need to check out. To check out, we need to know if your balance is okay. So we have to first compute the total value of the items in your cart. So we are going to do this. So as someone checks out, also as you check out, we need also to remove the items from shelf. Obviously we could post it here and remove it also from this file, but that's lots of work for this video. It's going to take long, but you can do it. You can improve on this code and maybe share with me the link to the repo and see how just for me to see how you might have improved the code. But for now I will just work with the instance that is imported to remove them. So I'm going to create a function, remove from cart, and then a checkout. So define checkout and pay. Define checkout and pay. It takes in self. So the first thing that we're going to do is to calculate the quantity. So we're going to say total value, total item value. Items value will be a sum of whatever we are going to have in this list, and this list is going to be these cart items. I've been using list comprehension a lot here, so I hope your item for item in that, but which part of the item do you want? We want item, so we need the unit price. Yeah, we need the unit price. Items unit price, and this unit price, it should be a float or an integer. I'm going to make it a float. Then just push this code down. Let me push this one here. Z. Then we are summing this. We are summing this for item in this. So this should be just inside this so that we can clearly see what's going on. This is a sum, okay, and I don't know what this is item. Oh, we are making it a float. Okay, cool. So this, the sum of items unit price, but we're not just summing the unit price. It is a unit price times the quantity, and the quantity is the same item and then the quantity, we were adding the quantity in the previous, it's called quantity. So this, let me try to reduce this, you can see it clearly. So this is this is the total value of items in your bucket. So I'm going to also make it self dot that should be none. So we make it great. So after getting this total value, we are going to say if this is greater than self dot balance, if it is greater than your wallet, we are going to say print your cart value is greater than, you have insufficient funds to pay for, you have insufficient, I don't know the spelling of insufficient, funds. What's the spelling for insufficient? Your heartbeat in the beat of the drum, boom boom. Insufficient. Yep. So you have insufficient funds, then we return none, then else we are going to, if you have sufficient funds, we are going to get self dot balance your balance should be equal to your previous balance minus the total value of these items. Great. So we return that. Also we're going to return the balance, we're going to return the quantity of items remaining. But how are we going to do that? So we have lists of items in the cart. Also we're going to return the cart, but now we need to compute the items remaining in the shelf. So for I don't know, I can do it in a data science way. I could do it in a data science way where I create the two different tables, then I join them, then I subtract. Yeah, I think I could do that. I could get the data frame for items, the original items. I have the data frame for the items in the cart, and then I join them, then I subtract the quantities. Those ones that are zeros, I drop them, then I return the remaining items. So let's do that. I hope you have the patience for it. So I'm just going to call it the data frame of shelf data frame. Shelf data frame will be equal to the pandas data frame of shelf, then cart data frame will be the same thing, but it should be the cart. Where's the cart items? Then we are going to say our data frame is going to be equal to it will be this dot this dot chef dot, no, it should be pd dot merge. So I'm going to merge chef df, and I'm going to merge it with cat df on id equals to id. So this, both of them have the name, the unit price, the rating, and the stock. So I'm going to rename one of them, one of theirs. So I'm going to rename for the cat, because the shelf df is going to be different. So I'm going to say cat dot rename or dot columns. Let me just say dot columns. Dot columns. I could just rename them. There are different ways of renaming them, but let me just choose this. So I'm going to say id, because we are joining on id, so that one I don't need to get confusion from it. Then the name, unit price, rating, and stock, I'm going to call it cat name, then cat price, then cat rating, and then cat stock. Cat rating and then cat stock. Cat stock. But remember, we have also the quantity here. So this will merge, it will be a data frame like that. Yep. Okay, so after this, after merging the two here, we are going to say our data frame with stock, the new stock will be the old stock. It was called stock, yeah. So it will be the old stock minus the quantity, minus quantity. Yep. So we need to have the new data frame being equal to the new data frame with the columns that we want. So we are going to have the data frame dot columns. So a column in that, if column dot split no, if cat is not in that column, if this cat not in column, cat, it's not is this right? just thinking. So we want to, provided the cat is not in this column, so remove the is. Okay, why is it showing me error? Was not closed. Column A for column in this, so for column in that, column in this, right? Column for column in this, if this one is not in that column. Great, so we want that to be our data frame, and then we are going to drop price dot slash dot drop. We are going to drop quantity. Axis equals to 1. So what we are doing here majorly is we are removing all those columns that have cat inside them, and remember we shall remain with all the original columns from the merge, and then the original column, you know that quantity does not have cat, so we're going to remain with the quantity. After that we're going to remove the quantity, so we have the original data frame but with different stocks. So that data frame is the one that we're going to convert into a list of items. So this is the one that we're going to think. So we are going to say shelf is going to be the data frame dot to dictionary, this data frame dot to dictionary, and we want to record. So this makes this data frame a list of dictionaries. Yeah, so what are we going to return now? We are going to return, so the assumption is whoever is using this function will now alter the database. So when they get what is returned, they will now go to the items and then alter the shelf in the items and save that, which we are not doing it. It's not in our scope, but we can return it so that the person who is using the function, who is calling this function, can be able to do that. So let us return, I'm going to return a dictionary. I'm going to return a dictionary. Do I want to return a dictionary? I'm going to return, let me first know what I'm going to return. I'm going to return the shelf. I'm going to return the ID, the self.account, because we will know which account we need to alter. I'm going to return the balance. They're going to alter the balance for this account, and I'm going to return what the person is buying, so the whole cart. We're going to return the cart items. I think now we're going to return it, and it is a tuple. Yep. So let's do this once again. I would like to not to do it from here. I would like to do it from somewhere else, and see if, so check out and pay, remove from cart, add to cart. Yeah, so this is the cart that wanted to create. Just want to test and see if it works, and if it works then we are done. Yeah, so so it is object-oriented programming. I hope it gives a clear way of using object-oriented programming. I'm I'm just trying to think. Let me see if IPython can work now. IPython, then from this import cat attempt unknown parent package. So I can just do import cat, right? Voila. Then when I have cat, now I want to define an object, DALI. DALI should be cat, and the ID of DALI is 12. Remember, how much money do I have in the account is around 4 million. Enter. Module object is not callable. Why? So I have account and balance. What's happening? Oh, sorry, I imported the file. I need to work with the cat as a class. So forget about this. DALI should be an object, right? It should be cat, the file, dot cat. This one is the class, and now that class should be my ID and maybe 6 million as that. Voila. We would print DALI, and we see what will happen. Cat object. So this is not clear. I think let's fix that. Let's define a function that will help the user print the class. So define, is it Dunder? Yeah, it is this. It returns a string, so we're going to return we want a class for this account ID, account ID with this account balance. So what will be the account ID? This is the account ID. That, and this is the account balance. Yep. So let's try again. I'm going to exit this. So what I'm using here is IPython. I don't know why the other time it was freezing. So IPython, then we're going to say from cat. No, let's just import the whole cat. Import cat. And then we're going to say DALI. I pressed tab and it is taking long. Okay, DALI equals to cat dot cat. I don't know how to autocomplete this. I try to press tab. 7123 450, like that. So when I do this, then when we try to print DALI, yes, you see a class for account 12 for 12 account ID with this account balance. So that is the ripper or ripper. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's ripper function. It helps the people who are using a class to know what they're doing. So let's let's add stuff to cart. So we are going to say Dali as the object dot add to cart, the second one. Yep, so we are going to buy things. I'm going to buy one headset. Let me try 45 and you see it is saying the quantity of selected is more than the stock. Try again. Great. So I can say I want headset, but I want 39 of them. Check out. No, I don't want to check out. I'm going to try to get 4. Keyboard, I want 7 of them. No, I don't want to check out. I'm going to try 5 for monitors, and I want 3 monitors, and now I can check out. Right? Great. So we already have Dali with the things that we want, but I want to remove some stuff from the cart, so I'm going to say Dali dot remove, it is here, remove from cart. So I have these 3 things in the cart, and what do I want to remove? I no longer want keyboards, so the ID is 4. Do you want to continue removing things? No. So I can see the items I have in the cart by doing cart.items. So I can say Dali dot cart items just to see what I have. I so far have 2 things in my things which I am happy with. So what I want now is to I've already removed from cart. I want to check out and pay, so I'm going to do Dali dot checkout and pay. I have insufficient funds, so I will try to see the total value of the item. So I'll say Dali dot the total value of items. That is the total value, but what is my balance? Dot balance is this. So the value of items is more than what I have. That's why I have insufficient funds. So what should I do? I should remove all this and I do the shopping again. So I'm going to do remove from cart. Okay, then I need to remove from cart. I'm going to remove 1. Yes, I want to continue removing, and then I remove 5. If I say yes, I want to continue removing, it will say that you don't have items in cart. Great. So let's add some stuff, then we check out Dali dot add to cart. Then I know that I want 1 headset, so 1, and I want a keyboard, that is 4. I want the keyboard is 4, and how many do I want? I don't know what has just happened there, but you can help me and tell me what has just happened. 4. How many do I want? I want 1. And you want to check out? No, I don't want to check out. The other item I want is a webcam, 6, and the quantity should be 1. Do I want to check out? Yes, I want to check out. So after that, I can check the items that I have, that is cart items. So Dali dot cart items. So I have 3 things. Now I need to check out and pay, so daily dot checkout and pay, shelf is referenced before use. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to say wait, this is a global variable, so I'm going to say as shelf, then I'm going to do this self.shelf, self.shelf will be equal to this shelf. All right, okay. Let's try again and you see now if it will work, but we need to change something here. This should be self.shelf, then what else, there's somewhere else I use shelf. This will be self, shelf. So we have this, we have that, we have this, we have self.shelf, we have that, come down, we have this, we have that, we have that. So we are going to have self.shelf and self.shelf. Yeah, can we find many more? I think we have altered all of them. This one here, self.shelf, yeah. Let's try again. So I'm going to exit this, then I start again, Python, then I'm going to import cat, then I'm going to say my bucket is going to be, let me just call it back equals to cat, and it is of ID 13452, and the amount of money they have is 8975690. How much is that? 8 million. Okay. So back wants to dot add to cart, and back wants to buy 2 headsets. Back wants to buy, no, don't check out. Back wants to buy 3 keyboard, like 5 keyboards, and back wants to buy 3 webcams, so no, 6. Then how many do I want? 3. Do you want to check out? Yes. So if we do back dot cart items, we can see he has 3 items in the cart. Then we can remove. We have seen that we can remove. Now we just need to check out and pay, back dot checkout and pay quantity. So here the error is saying that error key, we don't have quantity drop quantity. So stock equals to this minus the quantity. Oh, but it should be there because we have this. But let me just let me output here. So the quantity is here. Let me just print here. df dot columns, right? And then we see so Python. So I'm going to just replay this back. Oh, import cut, then this is our back, then checkout and pay. Okay, so let's look at it did not print. Where did I put the print? I print, yep. Oh, it should be, it should be on ID how. So the join here should be this, how should be the left join. Also I need to know this, so I need to know that I need to print cut this dot columns to see what will be in the columns. Let me first remove this to avoid confusion with the prints. Then I'm going to exit, then I'm going to IPython that and import this, create back, I need to add to cart, back and add to cart. That should be back, sorry, back dot add to cart. I'm going to have 1, how many do you want? 4, no, and 5, how many do you want? 3, yes. Then I'm going to do back dot checkout and pay. Yeah, so this is the columns. So if this is the columns and it is saying that quantity is not there in this data frame. So we need to check the columns for the data frame, but I'm going just to do this. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6, just to make sure. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Great. So let's now print. After merge, we print what happens here. Print df.columns. Okay. We also saw the other error. We need to catch it from here if there is nothing in the cart. If there is nothing in the cart, that means that this is 0. So if the length of this is 0, we return print you don't have items in your cart, then return none. So that if we don't have anything in the cart, we catch it from there. So this is elif. Okay. Now what we need to find out is how are these columns looking like. Let's try again. Exit IPython, import cart, and then after importing cart, we're going to say our DALI equals to cart, this cart dot cart, the ID is that, and the amount of money is 7123 123. So that's our DALI. Then DALI dot add to cart. We need to add some items. We're going to add two no, and then one, yes. Then we're going to do DALI dot checkout and pay quantity. Great. So let's see. So there is quantity X and quantity Y. So I just need to know why there are two quantities, because there is no quantity here. So why are there two quantities? Am I shelf df? I don't get it, because it would show quantity X and quantity Y if both data frames were having a column called quantity, but I doubt if the first data frame has quantity. Where is it? quantity X. Cut DF has quantity, this one, but shelf DF I doubt if it has quantity. Did we in some way put quantity in shelf? Called item, serve the shelf. Anyway, so what we can do to demystify this is to say cut this, then no, we are not going to do that. Instead, we'll just leave quantity here. Then we're going to have this quantity here. We are going to drop quantity Y. So quantity Y minus quantity Y. Then after that, we drop both quantity, both of them. Drop quantity X. I'm going to drop quantity X and quantity Y. Quantity Y, and then this I'm going to subtract quantity Y. You can comment down below and tell me what happened. I just can't understand, and I don't have much time remaining for this. Let me try it once more. Exit IPython. Okay, import cut great delete equals to cut dot cut. The ID, it can be anything, 923123. Did 9 million. Great. So Dali dot add to cart. I'm going to buy a webcam, 3 webcams. No, and I want to buy 5 chargers. Yes, I want to check out. Then Dali dot checkout and pay. Enter. Great. So after entering, this is what comes back. Remember when we were returning, we return the shelf. So the shelf is here. Stock here is none. That means that we have completed everything. This is the stock that is remaining. This one we have completed all the stock, I think. Yep. Then this amount is the second thing. This is the account, our account number. Then this is the balance that is remaining, and then this is our cut items. Yep. I'm going to put this code in the link below, so you can check it out. You can make improvements on it, and leave me some comments. If you have followed up to the end, you could subscribe for this kinds of video, and yep, till next time, bye.